Hello, hello, hello again. Bubba coming at you with another game we're going to look at real quick. We got a bunch of games coming out the first of the year, so I wanted to try and just go through what I had sitting around even of ones that I thought were worth looking at. So this is an older one, Creeper World. Now this is not the absolute original one because you'll see it's the anniversary edition because it had to get redone because it was so old. But they do have, I think they're up to like four now. Four Creeper Worlds that kind of continue the story, and I thought it was a pretty neat story and a nice kind of almost like an RTS in a way, um, but not like your traditional one. So let's jump into this. So you'll notice what they've done is they've have like conquest, but you have to first do the story mode because they've added all kinds of extra ways to play the game. They also have not conquest, the special ops where you can do certain maps once you've unlocked other things, but they all want us to start with the story mode. And I thought it was an interesting story. So let's start with story. We're going to do the hope, and let's try and see what we got. In the year 13,271, humankind had colonized thousands of worlds. They found none their equal as they spread into a fantastic and bountiful empire. At the height of their greatness, they walked amongst the stars as though they were gods. But gods they were not. It fell from the sky without purpose or reason. 50 worlds fell on the first day. 500 billion lives were lost. World after world fell as man was rooted from existence. Nothing could stop what would become to be called the Creeper. It wanted nothing. It could not be reasoned with. It seemed as though its only purpose was to undo all that man had done. But all was not yet lost. The last survivors of humanity have gathered at a world called Hope. Assembled by the visions of a crazed old man, the last of humankind marks its final hours. A great city has been built to house the 50,000 that survive. It will journey from world to world, never staying longer than it must. Guided by the path set by the old man, humanity's final journey has begun. Alright, so first thing we're going to do, let's get rid of the music. Okay, Commander, follow my instructions precisely. Time is critical. Now I'm assuming this is going to be the city that keeps going to try and get rid of the creep stuff. So Odin City is in the center of your console. She is almost ready to launch. Click the collector button in the command bar. There is an arrow showing you the button. Okay, collector. Now build the collector where I have indicated. Aha, so it automatically connects. Done. Click the cancel button to exit build mode. Okay. Collectors produce energy. Each collector produces energy proportional to the green area around it. Always try to position collectors so that they create the greatest total green area with the fewest collectors. Okay, so kind of like mining or something. Got it. Structures must be connected to Odin City to be operational. The collector you just built not only produces energy, it also connects a group of existing collectors to Odin. And as you see, the energy is actually building these others, and you can see the progress down below, and then all of a sudden it turns to green, which then means it's producing more and more energy. Also, if you put the mouse over here, you can see the elevation going up and down, so it'll show elevation down there on the bottom. So our energy is 20 out of 20. Collections 4.6. We're collecting 4.6, I guess, every second or whatever it is. Depletion and deficient. Okay, so we got a mission score and all that. All right, here we go. There are also some unfinished collectors to the east of Odin City. Since they are now connected to the city, they can be finished. Odin City will produce and deliver construction packets to these collectors. Okay. Reports indicate we have only minutes before the first wave of creeper arrives. We must act fast. Build a relay where I have indicated. All right, there we go. There we go. Click the cancel button to exit. There we go. Relays create long-range connections, but only with other relays. They can be useful for spanning valleys or creating more direct paths in your base. So if I'm not mistaken, these do not collect energy. They're literally just paths that things can go down to get to things. Okay, there is one additional blaster just to the northeast of Odin City. Click it now. Okay, and how do I get up there? Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Okay. Now click where I have indicated to move the blaster. A key strategy for defending against the creeper is to move and position your weapons wisely. Okay, so we'll move it there and it shows it'll connect and shows what range it has. Oh, there comes the creeper. The creeper has arrived. This is it, Commander. Our blaster should hold off the creeper just long enough for us to open the rift and get Odin City out of danger. We need to power 3 rift totems in order to activate the rift. These 3 totems are in the upper right-hand corner of the map. Click Odin City and fly her to the location I'll indicate. Once there, Odin City will supply rift packets to the totems. Once all the totems are charged, the totems will activate the rift. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we're definitely losing that battle. Although we're still transporting, just a much longer path. Okay. Yep, they ran out of ammo. Now they got an ammo again. Well, that stuff really does spread. Can't really click anything else in this tutorial. Rift active. And I'm not even sure if I've ever even played this original. I think I started with Creeper 2, possibly. I don't remember. But it's been a while. Alright, achievement awarded. We did hope. Okay, continue. Then you've got the graph and everything, but as you can see, this is from like old, almost like, it kind of reminds you of like old Windows or DOS days. Alright, player name. We'll do Bubba Plays. And we don't have a group name. But I'll put in Bubba Plays. If anybody wants to also do that group, you're more welcome to. Number of plays, 1. Here's the hope score. All right, submit score, I guess. We were doing it as a tutorial, so it's not going to be a high score, I can guarantee you that. All right, so let's try the next one. All right, we have rifted to the next world. Now, goodness gracious, it keeps doing that over and over. Is there a way? There we go. We can pause. Good. Found a way to pause it so I can read. We have rifted to the next world. Now that our journey has begun, our goal is to leave each world as quickly as possible. On each world we visit, the creeper will be hunting us. It has destroyed thousands of worlds and won't hesitate to destroy the few of us that remain. Commander, I have some bad news. Our first rift jump has erased our databanks. We've lost valuable nanoschematics. As we visit new worlds, we will have to collect whatever technology we find to rebuild our databanks. Scanners indicate that there is some small good news to report. There is a nanoschematic for building relays at the bottom of your console. Aha. Is that this? Nanoschematics. Yep. Huh. Okay, it erases your database. That's not good. It's not good at all. We need to collect this tech and then activate the rift totems. I recommend building 1 or 2 blasters and using them to push back the creeper that is heading this way from the south. Move your blasters forward slowly, a small jump at a time. Each time you jump, build collectors behind the blasters to extend your network. Once you get the nanoschematic connected to our network, we will be able to build relays again. And once we build relays, you can quickly build a network to connect and charge the totems. Now, get busy, Commander. Our lives depend on you. Okay, so I'm not sure. I can't zoom. I think this is the whole map. I think this is it. So I can't click on those. And I know in later ones you could click on them and it would tell how much they do per second or whatever else. Okay, so this is a Rift token, and that's a Rift token. Okay. So, yep, clicks fractal energy. Okay, can destroy them if we needed to. So, what we need to do is we need to get some blasters, I guess kind of all the way around to try and hurt this. We're not at the point, I know later there are tools that you can do or something like that. Maybe it's in the later ones where you can actually change elevation, which helps because that way you can lift up above what the creep is and things like that. But it doesn't look like we have that right now. So we have some natural barrier, but that's just going to make it so it flows kind of like a liquid. All right, so we have 3 totems. They're immune because they're made from fractal alloy. Well, why couldn't we make other stuff? That's a lot of questions. Anyway, we're here to just play the game, not analyze the story like that. Okay, so do cancel. So we could do a collector and we can do a blaster. Okay, so if we do a blaster, we would have to put it right here. That does do a little bit. Okay, we could do that. We could do another blaster. No, we'll have to do some expansion. Let's do a collector. And we're going to want to... we can't build it that close to the wall, I guess, or we have to be close to these things so it connects. So we could do one there, and then one there, and one there. Then we should be able to build a blaster. Okay, so it has to be... Okay, I see. So it can't fire... That's nice, because it takes elevation, so it can't fire up on top from down here, but I could get down here with it. But I don't really want to do that. So let's do this. And let's try that to start. So we'll unpause. There it goes. Okay, there comes the creep. Okay, we got the noise coming. Stuff getting done. Now, let me see. If I go to help, that's strategy tips, units. Okay, so here's all the different units we'll get to. So we've got like a mortar that can obviously do further away, energy storage, SAMs. I do not remember these, so I don't think I've ever played this one. Creeper source before they hit the ground. Oh, okay, there's something later that's, I think, called a sniper that does the same thing in the later games. Packet speed drivers. Improve propagation speed for all your packets. Advanced nanotech drones. That's like bombers. And then a reactor. Okay. Huh. They produce energy from single points in space-time. Okay, so we'll have to find all that stuff out. Okay, so let's get building. We need to probably do some more collectors. We can do something like that. Because we're going to definitely need energy. That's just, something's going to have to happen. So let's do that. And do out here. Sort of. Right there is good. And then try and stretch it. There we go. And then we want to do some more blasters, but that means we need probably more collectors out here. We need it. There we go. And then we'll do it here and here. Okay, now we should be able to do some more blasters. We can do it here. And we're going to need extra, that way we can move some forward. Well, this stuff's not growing very fast at all. Okay. Now, this is not being built yet, and obviously the more you put out here to be built, the longer it takes for everything to get built, because there's only so much power that can be pushed out at one point, at one time. All right. Okay, so we're now hitting it, but only with the one. We're going to wait for a few of these to finish. There we go. So we finished construction. Now it's doing, okay, so depletion is 2.5, but we're only collecting 2.3. That's not good. So we're going to have to put some more collectors down. So let's do here and here. And we can do ones here. And we'll get some of this area here, I guess. Okay, so one thing we probably are going to want to do is if we take this and move it down here, there's no way for it to connect. So we're going to have to put a collector, I guess, like here. Okay. Let's see if this... Oh, it's starting to get a second layer now. And you can see here it's going to create a second layer, which then means it'll start going over this. So we got to get a move on here. All right, so if I move this, I could put it here. There we go. And then we can do another collector right around here. There we go. We've got it getting rid of a lot. I'm going to do a collector. Where could I put another? I could do one here. Okay. And then we can move this dude to here. I can't remember. I don't see how you can actually say, hey, what was the mission? And this just tells me this. This is not helping. I think I just had to get it to where a collector can hit that down there. Okay, take this dude, and we'll move him here in just a second. Okay, move that there. This, we're going to have trouble. We're going to have to put another collector here and here. Okay. There we go. We can now collect, I think. And we should be able to do the relays pretty quick before that other gets there. Relay tech now available. Good. All right. So let's do a relay here, then here, then here. Do another collector here. That'll get us that one. Then relay, and do it here, and here, here, and there. And that should be it. And hopefully that comes in before this second layer comes, because I have a feeling it might actually start to go over this or come right even with it. I don't know which. I think we're going to be in time, though. So definitely hit the subscribe and like if you haven't already, please. Leave comments as to tips, but also if you like this style of game or if you want other different types of games, leave those in there. I'm open to playing almost anything. It's a little harder to play like the first-person shooters, though, and everything, just because it's hard to narrate while you're doing those battles and stuff a lot of times. So, but I will give it a shot if you guys really want to. I figured more of like some of the ones I've been doing, but just definitely let me know. All right, so we got 2 of them powered up. Now it's focusing. Oh, here comes the third wave almost. There we go. You can see over here there's a third layer kind of almost starting. But it's still spreading out enough that it's not going up that layer yet. And I think this makes it even now. So this shows me elevation of 3, elevation of 4. Yep. That's going to be an issue. All right. We almost got this one powered or built, and then we got to power it. Ah, here comes the power. As you've probably already seen or figured out by now, putting a direct path, like if I had put a relay here and then here, that would have been much faster. But on these lower levels, I wasn't that concerned. Wow, these graphics are way different than the later games. You can definitely tell the age. I do like this style of game. It's actually kind of cool, kind of like an RTS. All right, good, done. Let's go. Submit score, whatever. Okay, Fitch. Let's go for it. I think we'll do, maybe, if we were lucky, we'll get all these done, and then we'll just call the episode, and I'll see if anybody wants me to do another episode of this, and then I have the other versions, too. The old man gave us the coordinates for each... here we go again. Pause it. For each of these worlds, the gods only know where he got them, but he is the only reason we've survived long enough to build Odin City in the first place, so we owe him the benefit of the doubt. Plus, what other choice do we really have anyway? Commander, there is a nano schematic for energy storage on this world. Build out a base and collect this as a first order of business. Energy storage will allow you to construct storage pods that will buffer the energy our collectors produce. This can be useful when you need to build or arm lots of things all at the same time. Also, Commander, be mindful of your energy consumption at all times. Watch the red starvation indicator in the lower right bar of the right of your command bar. Yep. If this is very large, you are building too many things or powering too many things at once. Either fall back or build more energy collectors. Yeah, we ran into that a little bit last time. Okay. Okay, that's all it's going to give us. So we need to do this. We obviously need to get... Ooh, we could do that. And that. We're going to get them both at once. Okay, and then we're going to do here, here, here. And then we can do this. And this. And this. That'll give us a good start, and then we'll start doing blasters. Let's try that first. It's going to take a while. And then hopefully we can start collecting more because we're using 2, but we're only producing 0.8. Okay, now we're doing 1.3, but needing 2.5 or 2. Yeah, we're going to starve ourselves here soon. We're not careful. Okay. Now we're getting there. 1.8 and only needing 1. Okay. That's good. We'll do some relays here before long because energy storage tech's now available. Okay, well that's nice. Maybe we'll build one just for the heck of it. Like there. Okay. Now we need to get relays over to these. I'm not even sure if we need to build any weapons. Do that. 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 And we might be able to hit this other one. No, we're going to have to build weapons to get to that. I can see that already. Okay, well, so we'll build a blaster. Put it like right here. We'll wait for this to give us what we need. While that's going, let's go ahead and build some more collectors. We might as well get our economy going here. There we go. And we can build relay from here, yep, to here, to here, and to here. A blaster. Yeah, we could do a blaster like right in here, I guess, for right now. We'll probably need another one here. Okay, we're starting to overstretch ourselves. Give ourselves a little bit here. And I could even do collector here and here and here. And that would allow us to put a blaster. Are we using? Yeah, we're really close on using too much energy until we get some more coming in. I can see where this is going to get tricky getting that last one. Okay. Okay, we're starting to shoot it back, but we're not getting any ammo up to it. There we go. Now we are. What I could do is do another relay like here. That will help speed that up, that transmission time. Okay, now we're getting these. Gotta get that ammo. Oh, our depletion's way too heavy. Okay, I think our storage is empty. Yeah, we're empty. We're gonna definitely need to get more collectors. Gotta get more power. Uh-oh, we're starting to get way up high here. Way up high. So we're gonna need more blasters. Or, there we go. And then we could do a relay. There we go. Hopefully we can get that done in time before the creep comes up on our level. I'm not sure, but I'm hoping. And see, if we can get a lot done at its source, then it can't refill as fast for these down here. All right, let's get this done. Now, it can transmit through your guns and such, but I try to avoid that. I always want to have a backup way, because if you try to move your gun, then you've just, you know, neglected that building. Okay, there we go. Done. Now let's see what else we unlock. We have Orion. Okay, so we're going to get rid of the music. We're going to pause it. Okay, excellent job on that last world, Commander. You outperformed any of the simulator's predictions. You seem to have a natural talent for command. We might just have a chance with you at the helm. Scanners show a high priority target in the lower right of the map. There is a nano schematic for a major weapon system there. The Orions on board say their military had been working on an anti-creeper mortar system. This weapon can fire over walls and at higher terrain elevations. As you may have noticed, blasters require a line of sight to their targets, so they can't fire at elevations higher than themselves or through walls. But with this mortar tech, we can overcome this limitation. The Orions indicate that the mortar is mostly useful against deep pools of creeper. The shells it fires will destroy any depth of creeper down to the terrain. Ooh. In fact, the mortar always auto-targets the thickest creeper in range. Our military analysts recommend that blasters be used against the thin creeper that spreads everywhere, and that mortars should be positioned to fire at deep pools of creeper. Commander, if you find a mortar is drawing too much energy and is only firing at thin creeper, you can select the mortar and click the deactivate button in the lower left of the command bar. This will turn off the mortar until you need it again. Oh, that's good to know. Okay, so we have it paused. Let's see what we got. What is this? This is the nano schematics. Okay, so we need to do that first. Oh, this is not good. So these are at higher elevation. So the bad thing is, yeah, you can't click on them. I know you can in the other. Okay. This is going to come down quickly, but then it's going to have to go back up. But then it comes down again onto us, and that's not going to be good. Okay, well, we know we're going to need collectors. So let's do here, 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 here. And that will at least get us expanding. I'm worried about building too much too fast, but let's build a storage to help. Another thing these are useful for is if you build one of these out further to the front, then while it's being replenished, if you build several things or all of a sudden have a need for a much, the energy is right there and it can come very quickly if I'm not mistaken. I think it comes from the energy storage, but I can't remember. I thought one of the later ones that's what happens, but anyway, we'll try. So we're going to build this first. Let's see what we get. I do like the way you can pause though. For me, I like being able to pause and strategize sometimes, or take a break and just think. Or if you need to take a restroom break real quick, you can kind of pause. Let's see. Here we go. We got it going down. Okay, we got more energy coming in. We're almost up to 2. It's not a lot though, but we did fill up that energy. So now we have a bigger storage. So that's good. And then you notice that it'll pause until it builds up another one to where it can transmit to a different one. Okay, so let's get this, and we need to get the mortar up on here for sure. So let's do this. We're going to build some collectors. Okay, the tech is now there. Very good. And you'll notice that look at the huge range this thing has. So if I build it similar to here, you can see it go all the way down into this. Or if I build it, that one's not really got that opportunity, but it can get down into that second layer. So let's build some collectors. We need that instead of relays right now because we really need the energy. Except we might want to use a relay for some of this. Let's do a relay. Oh, really? I can't connect to that up on the higher level until I get something real close. Well, I'm going to do that. I guess might as well just use a collector. Does it tell how much these things cost? Yes, 20 and 10. Oh, yeah, these are much cheaper. So we can do this, and then this, and then this. Here. Now these are for longer network, but I don't think they're faster than some of the other ones that we'll get later. We need to get energy though, because it's going to take a lot of energy for those mortars. I'm hoping this won't overtax. Let's give it a shot. Okay. Okay. There we go. And then a mortar. We could do one here. And we could do one there. Let's see what we do here. Let's unpause and see if we can even get this achieved. Another thing we could do is get another collector right over here, because that's quick energy. These only produce a little bit, and I can't remember. Does it tell here? No. Later in some of the other epic games of this series, you could put these on certain things, I think, that got more energy than just their basic amount. Okay, we're producing 2.7. That's pretty good. We're staying pretty maxed. We definitely won't stay maxed once we hit these mortars. Just ain't going to happen. And then we're going to have to get all the way over here in order to get this last totem. These shouldn't be that hard to get to. We could probably get those with a relay. In fact, let me see. No, that's not the case. We would have to do something somewhat close because of the elevation change. Got to have the line of sight. Okay, so we'll have to have blasters down here at some point as well. Okay, let's take it a step at a time. We need to make sure we have enough power. Let's go ahead and do some more collectors. Having extra power and ways of expanding will always be good. There we go. Get more power coming in. And then we're going to build some blasters as well that will move down into the areas once we feel comfortable doing that. Okay, it definitely takes a lot of power to do all that. We only have one shooting right now. So let's go ahead and build some more collectors. There we go. Now we've got energy being charged into this one. Now it's doing it. You can see it gets rid of a lot. And in fact, I think there is a way. Where is it? I think we click on this, and you can see here, creeper killed. You can see, whoop, we went way up. Creeper coverage, it's been going up steady, but now it's trying to take a hit. In later games, I think it does numbers that shows better. But we're okay. Okay, so we got that going. We're pulling in 4.9 and only really using 2. Now we're pulling in 5. Let's get some blasters. Because we'll have to move these mortars down. And actually what we may do is build a second set of mortars, possibly. I don't know. Or we may overstretch. How are we doing on... Yeah, see, now it's taking a big dip. Okay, so we're ahead of the game right now, so that's good. Let's get these blasters. We need to get another collector here. Another collector here. Okay. Move this dude here. And move this dude here. Okay, one thing we can do is get some extra energy, but also make that faster getting to that gun. And move him here. Okay, doing good on that. What's his range on this? Okay, can get in there a little bit, but my blaster gun is getting it big time. Let's move him. Nope, I don't want that moved. Oh, no. Let's... Base is cancel. Okay, so we can disarm as well. Let's put it right here. Okay, let's get some more collector. Here, here, here. How are we doing on... Yeah, we're still going down, but now it's starting to pick up a little bit. I think these get better and better as time goes. Okay. Put one here. Now we take this and put it here. Probably need to go ahead and start moving this direction. So we'll start getting over this way. And we can even put us a blaster. Right in here. Okay. Let's do a collector here. Let's speed up maybe some of this transmission. Just a few fewer nodes. Okay, so we've got this one all set. And we can probably move him. let's do collector there. Build us another. How are we doing on energy? 4.5 to 6.2. Oof, we're gonna need some more energy. Let's get us some more stretched out here. There we go. Okay, this one I'm not worried about as much anymore. We need to start moving over this way. Okay, those are doing good. Yeah, we've definitely knocked it down a lot. Okay. Let's get this one full of power. There we go. Do another collector. And we do it like there. And can't do it there. And then what we can do is move this forward once we get this collector going. Actually, let's just build another blaster. We're going to definitely need another one anyway. Oh, that got destroyed as soon as I built it. Okay, that's fine. We'll do it like here. Can handle that. Okay, so we got 2 of them powered up. Wonder if I could create a relay. Nope. It's not like that. Gotta have that line of sight. Alright, we're doing 4.5 out of 6.9. We're not doing too bad. I think we can hold this. Okay, now we gotta start feeding this thing ammo. Well, we're getting a lot of that. There we go. I'm thinking it might be faster if we do the fast relays. I'm just not sure. We've got enough energy. I could try it. Let's see. If I do that, and then that, and then here. Oh, it won't show me. Oh, there we go. I can do it. There. And then here. Let's move. Let's get another collector right up here. And then can we get a relay right here? No. Can we get a collector? Wait a minute. I saw something. There we go. Get a collector right there. Which means I might be able to move this one gun right there. There we go. So I can put a relay right in here. There's one. Okay, gotta get in there quick. Okay, we did. We need to build us another blaster. We'll just build it back here a little bit, and we'll move it up in a minute. Okay, so it does look like it'll take the not the high speed, but the relay, because I guess it ends up being quicker. We actually could probably do this, and that would help. Oh, we're sucking up 6 now out of 7. Yeah, we need to be more careful with how much we're doing here. How are we doing? Oh, we're good. We're keeping it in check. That's good. We just gotta get over to this one, and we'll be done. Okay, I'm gonna wait for this to be powered up with some ammo. Okay. Come on. Okay, so it's got good now. So let's do here. There we go. Move this here. do another collector here to get some more power. How far away will we need to... Okay, so we need to get it to about right here. Yep. That's what it's going to take. Okay, so let's move this guy here. There we go. There. We're going to need another blaster. We're definitely not overtaxing how much energy we're pulling in. We're just like getting it quick enough. Okay, so let's move this here. And then we can put another collector here. And another collector. Here. There we go. Get us a little bit more power coming in, but not a lot. Oh, we just hit 7 all of a sudden. I'm having to do everything at once. Okay. Are we close enough? No. Not quite. Okay, that's got power now. Let's put this one out here. Then we can move the other 2. And we could probably even do another collector here. There we go. Put that there. Put this one here. And then we can put a relay in. I think we're good. There we go. I think that's it. And we'll be good to go. We definitely needed that extra storage. It looks like it could act as kind of a capacitor or a buffer. Okay. Almost there. Okay, so we got the relay constructed. Now we got to feed it energy. Come on, feed it energy. Okay, so this one's... put it here. Okay, well, we got the node now, or the rift. Let's go in. And I think what I might do is, we may call this episode here, and I'll just do a really quick one to get through at least this first series of planets. Okay, we finished. Alright, yeah, because we're going to have 2 more. Alright, so let's call this one here, and I will go ahead and do a second episode to show these last 2. Alright, so as always, comment. Merry Christmas. This may come out right after Christmas, though. Happy New Year's. And definitely leave me some comments. I'll always answer them. And make some suggestions for games you want me to play and things you want me to do. So, all right. Bubba out.